Have a friend in Jesus, is everything to me. He's the fairest of 10,000 to my soul. He's the lily of the valley, in him alone I'll sing. Brings and makes me whole. In sorrow is my comfort, in trouble is my stay. Gives me every care and him to hold. He's the lily of the valley, he's a bright and morning star. He's the fairest of 10,000 to my soul. Anyway, guys, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. Thanks again to my subscribers for staying with us. I know we haven't been posting a lot since lately, but I'll let you know what was going on in due time. What's the reason for the both of us not being consistent with our posting, okay? But we will actually have a sit down and explain what was the reason behind all of that delay. Okay, anyway, I'm back in my God's Hallelujah kitchen. As you can see, it's Monday morning, but this video will not be going out today because I have actually posted one out today. Yeah, so it'll be going out tomorrow, but it's Monday. I had a chocolate that I bought from Jamaica some time ago, but it was in the fridge, so the fridge actually preserved it. So I'm grating it right now to make some tea. For some authentic Jamaica chocolate tea. Okay. So I had posted a video with me doing some cooking and baking and roasting breadfruit that we bought, but also a reflection on what's the reason behind us being full as human race. What would be the reason? What would be the reason? And I'm thinking, I'm in the kitchen right now, and I'm just thinking about human being, and this is not just a one race thing. This is every human being that I'm looking at. Why is it that some of us are so easily fooled? And I'm looking at many aspects behind it, many reason, many possibility. I don't have all the facts. This is my thinking. This is me actually reasoning within myself and actually speaking it out loud so that my viewers can hear what my brain is trying to figure out, because the brain is built to try to solve problems. And I'm just here trying to think what would be the reason for some of us to be so easily led astray, easily fooled, easily, being, distracted and manipulated and, all that. All that. Why would it be so easy for us? Is it the matter of, having no identity? And what am I saying when I said having no identity? Don't know who you are as a person. When you have no identity of yourself, it's quite easy for somebody to tell you who you are when you don't know yourself. Another reason behind it, identity, having no identity, it's also insecurity. When you are so insecure, when you are insecure about who you are as an individual, it's quite easily for people to, manipulate you and to actually fool you. When you have low self-esteem, it is also quite easy for people to get into your head and to lead you astray, So this is three aspects that I'm looking at. Identity crisis, when you don't know who you are as a person, as an individual. Self-esteem, when your self-esteem is very low, so you're quite insecure, you're actually, you're vulnerable, you're sensitive, you are easily, to be in a mindset to believe others over yourself because you're so insecure about who you are already. You see, when we are insecure about who we are, we say that we're not good enough. We say that, okay, we are lacking things. We are not capable of actually achieving or becoming. So we are so sensitive and vulnerable. Low self-esteem is actually an individual who is not realizing their true potential and not seeing themselves for who they are to love themselves. So we develop this low self-esteem so that we are quite easily for people to look down on us and to speak back to us because we are already saying that about ourselves. We are quite easy to accept that. And I have been really kind of meditating and thinking, overall, what would be. And I think, yes, these three aspects that I've just mentioned are some of the reason behind people being easily led astray and easily manipulated, easily controlled, easily, be believing that who they are is not good enough because they already believe it for themselves. So it's not necessary that, okay, somebody is telling them. It's also them telling themselves, that they're not good enough. So it's sad to know that also when somebody are insecure and somebody have low self-esteem and somebody, don't know who they are, lack of identity, that people are so wicked enough to play with that, to manipulate that, to control, and to, deceive and to hurt that sort of person who's already struggling in themselves. And it really breaks my heart to know that the world that we are living in, that mankind are so wicked. Some of us, let me use the word some, because I am also in that category of mankind. So let us use the word some. Some of us are, so horrible and so cruel that we see somebody weakness and we will actually go into that person's life and, just create more pain for that individual who is already suffering in pain. How sad is that? You see where I'm going, guys? How really sad it is for you to realize that somebody's already suffering and you're going to make their life more painful by creating more suffering for them, by, going into their life and actually, you can look at me while I'm talking, actually manipulating them, going into their life and, leading them astray, abusing them, and hurting them. And this is the world that we're living in. I pray, and in my work, I try to help people as much as I can to build on their secure self, to build on a more, sure self, to actually find themselves, to build a relationship with themselves, that they don't feel that, they need people in order to be happy. They need people to order to fulfill their own ambition or activities. Yes, people are important. Yes, people are necessary. But if we cannot build a relationship with ourselves, we will develop a codependency. And this is you actually saying that I cannot breathe, I cannot live, I cannot enjoy life, I cannot do anything, I can't go on a holiday, I can't do activities unless I have people with me. I can't sit by myself unless I have people with me. And that is a very debilitating state that a person could be in, a very crippling state that a person could be in, when we only believe that we need an individual to survive life. We need an individual to survive ourselves. Not even just life on our own, but to survive ourselves. We cannot sit with ourselves. We cannot enjoy ourselves. We cannot actually be by ourselves. We are saying that we need people in order to fulfill that. And it's really sad to know, that some of us are there. And that's the reality. Some of us are really in that, way of living. I'm just praying that, my work will help a lot of people. I'm trying, by the grace of God, to help as many people to build on a more secure self, to build on loving themselves, appreciating themselves, loving your weakness, because that's where the enemy work on. You see, when you have flaws, you know, it's quite easy for, let me see if I can get a good, better lighting. When you have flaws, when you have weakness, which is your flaws, and you are fearful of those weak areas in your life, you will always be under control of somebody else, because you see those weakness as your enemy. We all have weakness. Every human being on earth. There's not one individual, doesn't matter how educated a person are or rich a person are. We all have our weakness. We all have our strength and our weakness. There's no one without. It does not matter if you are a perfectionist. You have weakness. That even in itself is a weakness. Because when anything is too much, then it is not balanced. Okay? So it's loving your weakness, because once you can embrace the shortcoming, once you can embrace that there are areas in your life that you need to work on, guess what? No one can use it against you. No one can make you feel bad. No one can, manipulate you. No one can control you, because you already know that, you know what? I'm a human being. Put my hands up. Not going to get it right all the time. Not going to do it right all the time. Not going to say it right all the time. Not going to get the words in right all the time. Not going to pass all the tests all the time. Not going to actually be successful all the time. Going to make mistakes. We're human. But we learn from them. Our mistakes is our learning. It helps us to identify what areas of our life we need to work on, we need to build on. And that's what people don't realize, that the word that we use as failure, it's not necessary failure. Failure is a person who is not willing to try. That's failure. But you cannot fail if you try. If you are constantly in the trying to accomplish, trying to do something, even if you didn't get it right, even if you didn't pass it, you actually take the step to do something, and that in itself is not failure. Anyone who fails is a person who never tried to do something, who never tried to go out there, who never tried to get work, who never tried to go to school, who never tried to read a book, who never tried to do something. A person who sits still and never try, they are in the failing, because they have never tried to succeed. So once you are doing something, there's no guarantee that we will always pass the test. There's no guarantee that we will always be successful. There's no guarantee that we will always get what we want. There's no guarantee. But what I would say is that it's very important to try. Once you try, it's not a failure. Let me go back to breakfast. So this morning I am preparing breakfast, but I'm having a little chit chat because I haven't been able to do so, as I said early on, because there was so much going on. But I will give you some update in due time. All right, stay tuned. There's a lot to come, guys, a lot to come. So I'm not going to walk you through my breakfast, because that I'm always spicing up my tea. Doesn't matter what tea it is, apart from mint tea. Mint tea I don't put a lot. Sometimes I had some milk in it, but with mint tea or chamomile tea, I don't really normally put spice in it. Okay, so add chocolate. Yeah, definitely. Anyway, so I get the tea ready. That's what I'm doing right there. Just getting the tea ready. So I'm doing some ackee and fried chicken. Fried crispy chicken. And that will be enjoyed with some roast breadfruit. So this is, ooh, sorry guys. This is my chicken. So I'm going to fry these up crispy. And this is my season for my ackee. Yeah. So I'm going to fry those up right now and cook up the ackee. And I've got some roast breadfruit. Some roast breadfruit here. And that's breakfast for today. Do you know, doesn't matter how much you sweeten something, if you don't add a pinch of salt, guys, you will never actually taste the sweetness. So you have to be very careful. When you sweeten something, make sure you add a pinch of salt, and the salt will actually balance out the amount of sweetness. You could be sweetening, and it never tastes sweet. And if you had a bit of salt, oh my goodness, guys, it is over sweet. When I said over sweet, over sweet. So you have to be very careful. Add a pinch of salt, and then it balances out the amount of sweetness that you should be putting in. So I'm going to put some honey, my organic honey from the farm, straight from the farm. No added sugar in it, because some of these honey in the shop really have sugar. They use sugar in it to help with the amount that they want, which is not really good. Yeah. So I'm sweetening the tea, not over sweetening it, just sweetening the tea. Sorry, you weren't seeing what I was doing. Just sweetening the tea over there. To watch it, because if you don't watch it, it boil over, and then I got too much to clean. And I don't want too much work in the kitchen. Tidying. Kitchen work will never end, guys. Never end. It's a never ending job. So that is complete now. It's my hot chocolate. Oh, can't wait to go back to Jamaica to get some more. Can't wait to go back to Jamaica, guys. Okay, now I'm gonna do the ackee. So I'm gonna fry some plantains. Me no drink coffee, tea, mango time. How nice it may be at mango time. When the fruit them ripe and drop, wash your pot, turn it on at mango time. So this is extra virgin olive oil. Let me show you what we buy it into. I think this one is from Spain or Italy. Oh, this one is actually from Greece. So this is what we bought it in this tin, and then we can pour it into that oil bottle. Yeah, it's not cheap, guys. But it's the best oil to use. Sometimes you have to sacrifice something, There are two kinds of oil that we use, and when there's no money, not gonna lie, we use other oil that is much less costly. But this is another good oil. You can is rapeseed oil, and I think this one. Let me see if this one was the one that says. Oh, this is not the one that said it. Let me see right here. It is unsaturated fat. I in unsaturated fat, which is good. Unsaturated fat. You don't want too much fat in your oil, which is not good for the heart. Yeah. And there's another one that said omega-3, but this one actually haven't said it. Didn't say omega-3. Yeah. Omega-3. This one don't say omega-3. But rapeseed oil is really good also. Unsaturated. Okay. Right. I'm chatting away and my pot is getting too hot. And my good old plantain, guys. Good old plantain. I almost forgot to put my vanilla in. My God is an awesome God. My God is an awesome God. Yes. From heaven above it. Yes, beautiful people, we are having some sun. Finally. Oh my goodness. I was suffocating, guys. No sun. Hardly any sun. Oh my goodness. But sun is coming, I know. Everything has its benefits. And yes, we need rain and we need actually some cool days, but I'd rather having cool days and sun shining. If I can have that. Cool days while the sun is shining. But we're going to have some sun, which is really good. And it's also helpful because you can get to dry the clothes outside, which is really good, really helpful to that respect. So I'm happy. I'm happy. It's the night, love to be led by His Spirit, His divine will, sweet to me, hallowed by bloodstained Calvary. Oh, Jesus shall lead me night and day. Jesus shall lead me all the way. He is the truest friend to me. All of my blood stained. Bless you, O Lord, and I will be blessed. And where I go on, doubt nor fear, happy with Christ my Savior is near. Trusting someday that I shall see Jesus, my friend of Calvary. Oh, Jesus shall lead me night and day. So I'm going to fry some of them. I'm just going to warm some. All I want for Christmas is my two front teeth. My two front teeth. Yes, my two front teeth. Gee, if I could only have my two front teeth, then I will wish you Merry Christmas. Gee, if I could only have my two front teeth, then I will wish you Merry Christmas. Gee, if I could only have my two front teeth. Yes, I will wish you Merry Christmas. La 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 la. Guys, how do you like your plantain? Well done? Burnt? Well brown? Or lightly brown? How do you like it? I like mine like this. So you would say that is well done. Lord, we proclaim you now, and your mighty power, and your awesome majesty. Lord, come upon us now and release your power, and let your presence fall. Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. Breakfast is ready, guys. I'm getting your tea ready. Praise you what the Lord has done with their lambs and gold. Breakfast is served. Ooh, the cup is messed up. I need to clean it up. I can't serve breakfast with the cup messed up. Didn't realize it. It's spilled. This is chocolate tea. That's what chocolate tea does. Preparation is the key. Okay. This is a nice hot chocolate tea. Now breakfast is served. Now you need a fork. Ready? This is breakfast. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Hope you enjoy these little video. And the twins are back. Yeah, the twins are back. Ta-ta for now.